hello.
Hello, Jo.
You can hear me?
Welcome.
I'm wearing my headset, so hopefully I sound better.
Okay, I'll leave face
You
cam up,
sound
but I'm turning
fine
off
to
chat
me,
box.
so.
There.
Well, we're going to try to do these dev Q&As as often as we can to keep y'all informed on what's going on in the community and also to answer your questions. We appreciate your support for our game. I mean, just we only asked for $12,000 to help us, get this game, get a couple models for the game, and you guys have just blown us away. We're getting really close to 400,000 now, and with your funding, we were able to hire Simon Chylinski, who's the award-winning sound effects artist for Subnautica. We're working on hiring Gia Howe. He's already committed. He's just right now he's under contract with somebody else right now until the end of the month, and then he opens up in October, and then he's going to come work for us starting in October, and he'll be our concept and 3D artist, texture, UV textures, things like that. We're talking to an animator who is under contract until the end of the year. So hopefully in January we can get that animator. But with Gia, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with doing some concepts. I've had some people express concerns over the splash image we're using with the big red dragon, and people have found it on ArtStation and things like that. Some people have even accused us of ripping that off, and just everything we have that we use, we either have made it ourselves, or we have a exclusive or non-exclusive license to use it. So with the that splash image, that's going to be the first thing that we're going to have Gia do, is make us a brand new splash image for our game. It's going to have a fire dragon on one side and a fire elemental on the other, and they're going to be in a combat scene, and we're going to put our Day of Dragons logo right in the middle. So let's go ahead and let's make a channel for people to actually discuss what I'm talking about. We have the Dev Q&A channel. If you have questions, put them in there. A moderator will read them off to me, and I'll answer them as the mods are reading them to me. But I want to make a channel here that's going to be a Dev Q&A discussion to let you guys talk to each other and just emoji or whatever you want to do here. There it is. I think you all have access to that channel. You all see it. It's right above this one. It should be unlocked. Oh, no, it's not. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now it is.
Maybe just like a 30-second slow mode, maybe?
All right, let me put a slow mo. Looks like it has
I spent 2 minutes on this because everyone's being a dingus and spamming it. This is for Q&A questions, not spam, guys. Come on.
the discussion channel here. This one's just for them to talk, so they can go ahead and
they can go nuts.
The
But
Q&A hasn't been unlocked yet.
That is just the talking.
there is a 30-second slow mode on that channel. But okay, so before we get started with the questions, let's see where it was. I saw the splash image. It's going to be an epic image. It's going to be just for us. It'll show up on our Steam store page, which should be going live any day now. Gino made us a trailer, an alpha test trailer, and that was the last thing that we needed to get the Steam page marked as coming soon. So that should be, I mean, they should be approving that tomorrow or Friday at the latest. So then you can share our Steam page, and we'll have a Steam forums where people can, it'll be kind of like an extension of Discord for the Steam community. So we got 1 week left of Kickstarter. We have had so many people giving us, sending us messages requesting more of the latecomers combo packs, and my intention with the specials like the white dragon skin and the dark elemental skin was to keep them rare, and I made that promise. I'm going to keep them rare. But as our Kickstarter backers keep growing, I think that as long as we keep it under 10% of all Kickstarter backers, or less than 1,000 total, then I'm still keeping that promise. Because even with 1,000 white dragon skins and a game with 30, 50, 100, 200,000 players, it's still going to be extremely, extremely rare. So starting today, if you haven't already noticed, we're going to be releasing small increments of the latecomers combo pledges. I think I put 30 more on there today, so tomorrow there'll be anywhere from 10 to 30 more, and I'll keep doing that every day until the end of Kickstarter, but it will not go over 500, and it's not going to go over 10% of the total Kickstarter backers. So if you missed out on the latecomers, these rewards are so they're Kickstarter exclusives. We're never going to sell them as DLCs or offer them again. So this is like the only opportunity. So if you want one to have on your account, if you don't want to count on other people to spawn you into the game, or nest spawn you as this, and you want it for yourself, this week is the last week to get those. So, and like I said, different times during the day, every day I'll be releasing a few more latecomers combos, but no more stretch goals, no more pledge packs. But Kickstarter's been crazy, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your spirit. You guys have been great. It's been I've been managing Discord communities and TeamSpeak communities for a long time, probably always since back 2001. I started doing TeamSpeak communities back in 2001. So I've been doing this a long time, and you guys have been great. We haven't had hardly any problems at all, and we appreciate you, and thank you for backing our game. So mods, if you want to go ahead and unlock that Q&A channel, we'll start taking questions.
I posted 2 different questions in there for you to start off with. One has 3, one's a single. Both of them had to go to work, so I'm asking for them.
Oh, okay. If you could just read them off to me, I'm not going to monitor that. It's just too much for me to monitor.
Okay, Jesus Christ, guys, slow down. The question is, for the dragon species that will have... He did English very well. For the dragon species, will there be visible differences between males and females, since males will have enhanced horns? Will Joe ever consider giving female dragons a unique cosmetic feature, for example, markings on wings or body?
It's just going to depend on the species. Some species, the males might look, they might look more masculine, and the females might look more feminine. Other species, you might not be able to tell them apart. So maybe it'll be a color difference. Maybe it's the horns. It just depends on each species. but all those systems are already built into the game. All I have to do is like enable it for this species or disable it for that species.
Sorry.
Have to find the questions.
Slow down a little bit. Hey, will there be a group size limit?
There's no current group size limit. So I guess if you wanted a group of every person on the server, that's possible if you're all dragon.
Will we be on the placeholder map or the main map during beta?
You're gonna be. It really just depends on how much I get done. Kickstarter put me back 3 weeks, so now I'm a week, behind schedule, and I was 2 weeks ahead of schedule when Kickstarter started. It's just been so many messages and emails and administrative type things, and us trying to get everything organized because we grew so fast. So all that takes so much time, and that's why we ask folks not to ping the devs, because we probably will answer you, and that takes time away. But if you can ping a moderator or a helper dragon or an admin or somebody else who can probably answer your question, then we'd ask that you do that first.
Is there any plans for a territory marking system of any kind?
Not currently.
Is there a roadmap for development in the works, or just gonna leave it be?
There is a roadmap, and it's in my Be Awesome Games Discord, where all the devs can see it, but it's not public because I don't want to publish a public roadmap, because you guys will see all the dates I have on there that are my dates for trying to get me to. Those are my own goals. And then if I don't meet those dates, you guys are going to be like, man, I was hoping for that. I took work off, this weekend for that patch to come out, and now it's not coming out till next week. So I want to avoid that. So I'm just going to, as patches are done, we'll put them out on the test server, and you guys will just have to be surprised.
Will there be any events after the Kickstarter, like winter events and such?
Maybe. There was some things that we thought of already because people have asked us about that. Maybe some kind of monster events, or maybe have a day where, maybe I'd put out a special patch, server patch, and it would unlock some special AI or some kind of creatures or something. Or maybe we would have like a nesting event, where we nest in people, or maybe it would be an elemental day. Everybody gets access to elementals on the server. So I don't know, there's a lot of things that we could do, and I'm not opposed to any of it. But right now my focus is getting things all ready to go for November 21st.
Does every dragon have fire resistance? If so, what is the purpose of the dragon that does have fire damage? Fire damage.
Not every dragon is fire resistant. A ice dragon is going to be very weak to fire, and a fire dragon is going to be very weak to ice. So they will all have strengths and weaknesses. But two fire dragons fighting each other, you're probably going to want to bite and not breathe fire, because it's not going to do a lot of damage. And I'm assuming that a lot of people are going to have mixed dragon packs or groups, and if the guy's a fire dragon, they'd probably have their fire dragon doing bite damage while the other guys were hitting them with electricity or plasma or acid or stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll back up to the top of the list and start from there, since some of those questions were asked early on. Rio Stone asks, what mechanics are you hoping to have in the game when the game hits early access?
Sorry.
What mechanics are we going to have in the game?
Yes, when it hits early access, what are you hoping to have?
All the base gameplay mechanics, and you know, more to come after that. But you know, combat, breathing fire, a lot of this stuff, like growth and eating and drinking, all that stuff's already in the game. Food and water, you know, all that stuff, it's already in the game. I already have the combat systems already done. I just have to hook up the animations and the particle effects. I mean, before we even announced Kickstarter, a lot of the alpha testers, we were already playing around with the breathing fire on each other and the emotes and all that stuff. It's already done. I just have to hook it up.
How long are the night and day cycle gonna be?
Right now, a day is 40 minutes and a night is 20 minutes. I kind of like the idea of, you know, dragons being able to see at night, so not actually having a night vision, but and just keeping it kind of like the way it is at night. So, but I don't know, that could change. It might get really dark at night and we might have night vision. I don't know yet.
Okay, will different types of dragons be able to group together? AKA like a fire dragon or an ice dragon in the same party?
All dragons can group together. So it doesn't matter what species you are, as long as you're a dragon, you can group up with another dragon. And if you're in the group together, you have a group chat, you have group name tags, and you have group damage immunity. So you can't bite each other or breathe fire on each other if you're in the same group. I like that idea because, you know, a lot of times people are trying to kill the other guy, and they end up killing their own friend, and then their friend gets upset or has to log off because they don't have time to grow another one. And so I think it's just best, but I'll probably have a server option for, you know, to be able to disable that eventually. And same thing with like crosshairs, you know, there's going to be a little dot crosshair, so when you try to breathe fire, you can actually, you know, aim it. But I'll probably have a server option to disable that as well. And to finish your question, elementals can group up with elementals. Dragons and elementals cannot group up with each other.
Okay, awesome. Joey asks, will you hire more developers to keep up with the high expectations?
I'm going to hire who I need. And when it comes to programming, I'm very well versed in programming. I don't foresee myself needing to hire a programmer. So y'all are going to just have to, you know, go at my pace. And I also wouldn't want somebody, you know, messing up my code or putting in code that is going to bug the game. I'm very, very, you know, if I'm very, very, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, precise when it comes to like coding. So I optimize as I go. You know, I don't just throw code in and then optimize later. I try to optimize it as I go.
So you're meticulous in how you
very,
go about
yes.
it.
But
and I notice you do really, really well with following your checklist as you go.
yeah, so I mean, we got Simon for sound effects. We got Gia for concept, 3D modeling, texturing, characters and stuff. We got several people that are were looking at their music, you know, for a soundtrack for the game. And we're talking to some animators who rig and animate. Other than that, I think the only other spot I'd be looking for is a visual effects artist. For custom, making custom fire and custom lightning and custom acid, visual effects and things like that.
Are there any plans to have a rarity system within breeding so that rare skins does not become common?
No. The rare skins, the only way to get the rare skins, you have to, when you start playing the game, you're going to have to spawn into the game, and outside of the Kickstarter skins, you're going to have to actually, get a lucky roll on the dice to get one of those really rare exotic skins in the game. And then, if you can keep breeding babies that want that skin, I guess you can keep it going. But, I'm sure there's going to be, you're going to die. So when you die, you're going to have to try to get it again or try to get it from somebody else. But the whole combat, death system, that keeps things rare.
Okay, we have a question. I would request one of the mods to type out the answer because the person is deaf. Asks, because the stretch goals ended around 100k and it seems like you're still getting around another 300k after that, what will you do with the extra money?
We're going to do what we plan to do, and that's make the game. I don't think people understand. The stretch goals. Hitting 100,000 was that stretch goal was just to get us. We didn't think we were going to hit 100,000. So we put out a incentive to get the community to that were who had already backed, to get them to tell their friends to try to get us to 100,000, and in return we're going to give them a Behemoth Ice Drake Kickstarter exclusive. But just so you all get an idea of how much all this stuff is going to cost, and to make a AA quality, maybe AAA quality game, it's very expensive. Just one dragon model alone is going to run us, anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 or $9,000 just for one dragon. So if you want to get 30 dragons in a game, that's a lot of money. You're looking at over $200,000 just for the dragons when it's all said and done. So, and then when you have this kind of funding, there's probably going to be somebody that wants to sue you for something. So you got to have a lawyer, that makes your EULAs and make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's so you don't get sued. Those cost money. And then you got to have an accountant, because Uncle Sam's going to want his money, and Steam gets their money, and Unreal gets their money, and so there's, Kickstarter gets their money. So everybody gets a share, and then you got to pay, pay your devs or in freelance, and you're outsourcing. So the money goes quick. But what you get for all that investment is going to be a game unlike, with dragons in it, that unlike any other dragon game on the market. So, I mean, these are going to be really, really good looking dragons in a beautiful environment with a good running server, and it's going to be something I don't think very many people are doing, if at all. So
Let's see. Abnormal asks, will elder dragons be almost as big as elementals?
Depends on the dragon. Elementals are going to be big. They're big monsters, and they hate dragons. Some dragons are going to grow very large. Others are they're not going to grow larger, they're just going to grow more powerful. So you might have a really, a not so big dragon taking on a elemental and, potentially killing it. It just depends on what kind of elemental, what kind of dragon, what his resistances are, what your resistances are, and, your skill.
Okay, let me see. Squishy asks, will there be any form of environmental interaction in the future, such as pushing over trees, burrowing, etc.?
No plans on that. No plans.
And then, so they were also asking if they have, will dragons have multiple calls, like friendly, threatening, help?
Yeah, we
etc.?
answered that in our last Q&A, and yeah.
And that'll move forward once we have the sound guy on board, right?
Yeah, we already have some. He's already working on sounds. The way Simon works is he needs a concept, and then he visualizes what it would sound like after seeing it. So, starting in October, we're going to start getting concepts in, and then he's going to start being able to visualize the voices, the unique voices for these different creatures. So, yeah.
With drakes being wingless and dragons and wyverns obviously being able to fly, will drakes have some sort of movement advantage over the other two, like faster running speed or more stamina?
Drakes can't fly, but they're probably going to have very high resistances. So, it's to prevent people from kiting them, with their element powers, whether it's fire, plasma, or whatever. So they're probably going to have very high resistances, and you're either going to need to find their weakness, in whatever element it is, or you're going to have to fight them in, bite combat, bite, tail swipe, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's going to be,